while you're up there watching. Hopefully, you will still watch this because there's important stuff I want to talk about. Great evening, great evening. This is Catherine Beasley, and I am here tonight to talk to you all about my first therapy appointment. Um, wasn't as scary as I thought it was going to be. I didn't get overly emotional. I did have a moment. Um, and I feel like the therapist that I spoke with, we're going to work out very well. It's first visit, but we'll see. And so I went to betterhelp.com in order to schedule the appointment, a virtual one. I wanted to try it out first before I committed to actually leaving the house and going to see somebody. And they have really good plans. So check it out if you're interested. And I actually have a link that you can use to get 2 free sessions if you'd like, but that's beyond the point. Besides the point, I want to talk about a couple of things because there were really good points that she made to me about the plethora of issues that and things, not issues, right, that I want to start to unpack with her. And so one of the things is with starting my business, the Caregivers Connect, I have been doing even more research into Alzheimer's disease and behaviors and how to provide assistance to others, right? And learning how to provide assistance to others. I'm continuing to learn about the disease and to add to my arsenal of information that I'll have to share in ways that I could support people, right? And one of the things that it is doing is triggering a lot of feelings in me and having me go down memory lane and Monday night quarterback the care that I provided to my mom. And sometimes I feel really good about that care that I gave her. And yeah, I did that right. And sometimes I'm like, dang, you messed that up. You could have done better. And even sometimes I'll start to feel like, wow, you didn't do that right at all. That's terrible, right? And really get down on myself. And so one of the things that she talked to me about doing, right, and I've been saying to you all, when you're encountering a situation where your loved one may be acting out or anything, right, just stop, think about it, and retrace, right, try to figure out what's triggering certain behaviors, and then, try to move through it or adjust to get through it, right? So for me, it was when I have a particular thought, to stop, recognize the thought, and think about, again, what's triggering it, but to understand that the thought may not necessarily be the truth. And in fact, I have 3 boxes that she now has me has me working with. One is an irrational thought box, right? If I'm thinking something that really just makes no sense, right? I know better. I might be feeling something and I might be blaming myself for something or feeling like I did horrible or anything like that, right? When it's an irrational thought, because the end result would not have changed whether I had done the thing that I'm upset I didn't do or something else, right? So irrational thoughts with me may be placing blame or putting more pressure on myself as to what I could have done in those instances, right? So I have that box, and that's going to help me to, right, as I start to really investigate how I'm feeling about things, help me stop and think about it, and then just put it there and hopefully leave it there. Maybe revisit some things that go in that box, but still, it'll help me to get it off of me and, place it where it needs to be. It's not the truth, and don't take that on, right? The other box was the give yourself grace box, right? So at the end of the day, and you will have heard me say this to you all, and I will in the future. I have done the best that I can do. I will have done the best that I can do for my mom, and as such, I need to give myself grace about certain things that might come up or things that I'm revisiting a lot of in my head instead of holding on to it and allowing myself to feel any kind of way about it, right? That's not a positive way and not helpful to me. So that's the second box, right? First, irrational thought box. Second, give yourself grace box. And the last one is, right, do not feel guilty. Because I can say for a fact that anything that I did with my mom, none of it harmed her. And it was designed to help her and to keep her safe and to give her an opportunity to live life better than if she were at home by herself, right? So can't feel guilty about the things that I wasn't able to give her in that situation. So those are really 3 of the many things that we talked about that were really helpful to me, and maybe it'll be helpful to you too. But as caregivers and people in general, whether it's in caregiving or something else in your life that keeps like coming full circle and coming back and making you revisit it and feel some kind of way, one of the things that we have to do as people in general is leave the past in the past. Now, mine is a very recent past, so it's going to keep coming up. And again, with the business that I'm in, I will be triggered. So I get that. But keeping the past in the past, as far as any of the other things that I'm going through or anything you're going through that, you allow to make you feel bad about yourself or lesser than, or um, that allows you to put more pressure on yourself, or even to be mean to yourself, I guess, really. Right? You have to leave the past in the past. You don't live there anymore. You live in the present, and the present going towards your future, and the past is going to be what you need to do. Aren't you supposed to be enjoying Vegas, by the way, Miss? Hey, Clarence. The past is not going to, like, you can learn from the past, but don't waddle in the past and don't allow it to keep you from moving forward, is my point. Um, and as such, I have to remember that myself. So by the end of the day, I'm going to have a whole bunch of post-its or signs across this wall. And it's a big wall, about the size of what's behind me. So it's practically blank, and it will be filled with lots of little things that I have to remind myself of by the time it's all said and done, because um, this is going to be really helpful for me. I'm excited about it. I'm leery about it as well, but I'm really excited. I'm happy that I like the therapist that I got matched with, right? I was able to put in parameters. I wanted a woman. I wanted a Black woman. I was able to look at her credentials and how long she's been doing and all that stuff. And so I got matched with someone that I'm actually pretty compatible with after our first talk. And she stayed on longer with me than she was supposed to. So I enjoyed that too. So I look forward to going back. I meet with her again on Wednesday. I won't give you an update every week, right? But I thought it was important because for me, one, it's accountability. I had to make the appointment and then keep the appointment, which I did. And I feel good about what it will be able to help me work through, that I've been avoiding working through. So if you are having any instances where you feel that you need to speak to someone, don't put it off like I did. Get out there, give it a try. And at least you can say you gave it a try. If it doesn't work out for whatever reason, then you can stop, right? You're not wed to have, you won't go to jail because you stop going to therapy, right? But if there's something that you want to investigate in your life, please do consider speaking to someone. Obviously, I'm no expert after having done it one time, but took a long ramp time for me to actually get to the point where I was going to go to therapy. So I have some experience with that. And it's just putting off the inevitable in certain instances. So go ahead, bite the bullet, get her done, and let's get healed, because we don't want to live in that space where we're just kind of avoiding things, and any moment now you can break down. I had 2 instances, 2, not 5, earlier this week, where I just ended up crying. And right, it's the grieving process too, but just talking through those things is going to be really helpful to you. So hopefully this was helpful to you. And again, I'm sorry for those of you who are on Instagram and there's like a whole minute of me chewing and doing other stuff, because I didn't realize I was live already. But take what you will out of this. Let me know if it was helpful to you. For those off of Instagram, there's a link that is already listed that you could use to get 2 free sessions if you want to go with betterhelp.com. And for those of you on Instagram, I will put the link in my bio. All right. Thank you. Bye. This is not touchscreen.